I'm up here at the spring, and my task today is to dig out further up into the hillside to collect the water at the source in an attempt to, well, a few things. Increase the head pressure that I have available by a foot or two. Not that that's a huge matter. But also an attempt to sort of make this a potable, or at least have the possibility of being a potable water system. And the way it is now, it's open to atmosphere where the collection bucket is. So this is the collection bucket. You can see me putting this in a previous video. And of course it's open to the environment. So that's not like suitable for potable water. So what I'm gonna do is dig further up onto the sides in the back here. There's water flowing back in there. See if I can zoom in and show you that. So I need to dig up in there and harvest that water, and then it looks like maybe there's some more water flowing down here beside the bucket there. I don't know if that's just draining from the hole or another source of spring water, so we'll figure that out too. When I first came up here, I uncapped my hose there to drain this hole because the water was up to about my boots where they are now. And, well, actually it was up enough to flow out the edge around the little weir that does exist here, because I had that pipe closed off down below. And it looks like this water on the left side here is reducing over time, so it might just be draining some of the strata around there. We'll see. So first let me clear this out. And I brought up with me a small crowbar and a shovel. Your vantage point is not so great. I can hear water back in there. Maybe if I try you over here. It's a really steep hillside. I risk losing the camera in the water. And now I'm trying to move this big rock here. It's probably a couple 100 pounds. Just hope once I get it out of here that I can move it further. Right. Huh. This rock is bigger than I thought it would be. Well, jeez. There's my 4-foot crowbar on there. Yeah, that's probably 400 pounds. But I'm 330 pounds, or 320 pounds, 330 pounds wet and dressed, so I should be able to move that. Move you guys back over here. See, the trick with moving a big rock is to only move half of it at a time. You lift up one end. Or in this case, maybe that's as far as it goes. And I'll have to get a hammer up here to break it up into smaller pieces. Yep. There's a crack. I made it bigger. Now I can move it. All right. Hope that wasn't on my bag. All right, I'm just gonna clear up this area a little bit. Okay, you guys get out of there. By hand. Let's throw you there for now. So what I'm doing is trying to dig in to get it coming out of its source there, and then I'm going to put in a plastic section of a barrel here with a pipe coming out, and that'll be how I collect the water, and it'll go that way into a 55-gallon barrel that will then connect to the pipe. Unfortunately, I have a lot of thorns to deal with here. Also, a lot of this I want to put through a bucket to save the rocks. So I'm going to try to filter out the dirt from the rocks in the bucket, and then I'll have rocks to use as aggregate in there. Alright, so we have what looks like solid strata over here and over there. And in the middle would be where all the water's coming from. Now I don't know if there's still something there though. I think that can stay. Just want to verify there's no more water coming out over here. Nope, that's solid there. You can see the water coming out on both sides of that little rock in the middle. I'm going to leave that because it looks like it's kind of holding up that rock, which is kind of holding up that rock, which is kind of holding up that rock. So I'm going to leave all those, and I think I'm going to try to put the collection thing from right here right over to there. I think that'll work. And then with that I'll have an additional 4 or 5 feet of head height compared to that bucket down there. I'm going to get this bucket here draining so I can see if there's something else coming in over here. What is coming here? Let's see this up here. So I do see water still flowing out over here. So I'm going to see if I can track that down too. I think I am, just because it's not my property, and I'm going to put in a rock wall around the perimeter. Lots of big rocks to make a rock wall, that's for sure. Because I dig this out it creates more opportunity for more stuff to slump down in this hole and fill it in. To a certain extent. I mean, there's still rocks, but whenever I see clay like that, it's pretty certain that that's undisturbed soil. Alright, what do we got here? Water flowing in from over here. Yep, crayfish. All right, I don't see there's some water flowing there too. Aggregate. I think that water's, it's not coming from over there. It's probably crayfish burrowing in the waters. See it trickling down here. I wonder if I make the water flow over here, will that go away? Just fill that up, empty that out. I think that water is reducing its flow there. But let's verify. I don't want to take any chances. Also, I don't want to wash my hands off in the water there. Keeps my hands from being muddy, because muddy hands on a shovel makes the handle slippery. So I have to wash my hands. And I don't see hardly any water flowing there. I was going to move the crayfish, but I don't know where he went. I was going to move him out of here so I don't get pinched. Yep, I don't see any water flowing from over there. It's coming from right here, which would be this. Alright, that's good. So there is only one source of water coming into this, and it's that right there. That makes things a lot easier. Snack. A little seedy, but good. Alright, I dug this out, and I really don't want the property owner to be, pissed. Who's been digging out my stuff? Because it kind of looks like a mess right now, so I'm going to try to clean it up. I'm going to build a little rock wall from here around to here-ish, and then go up as high as I need to wherever. And that'll make it all look nice. And I'm still going to have that plastic collection bucket at the bottom for now. So like these will be good rocks to build the wall with right here. Right, now I'm going to keep digging across, and any suitable rocks I'll just stack. Part of the key to making this work is to have a decent level place to start. Where the bottom isn't going to want to slide in. All right. I wish I had brought more water. I'm thirsty. I don't know if I would dare drinking that. I haven't tested it. It looks pretty clear. If I was able to stick my bottle way up in there, I might. Yeah, let's do that. Because I don't want to hike down the hill. And if I get sick, that's okay. Tastes faintly of Gatorade. I may have found a Gatorade spring. No, just kidding. No taste, crystal clear, some good water. I hope it's not contaminated with Listeria or E. coli, but I'm dehydrated. Oh, that hits the spot. And a little snack to go with it. Oh, there's more blackberries around here. I saw some over there. Alright. Now I'm going to get my hands dirty and do these rocks. And also unclog this. And some junk in it. Yep, she's fallen. Alright. there. Put that rock there. Yeah. And as I go up, I can use bigger and bigger rocks, so the wall building goes faster and faster. Out here. Now, a bunch of these rocks here had been dug out a while ago. Not that one, but like that one and that one. Not that one, you guys saw that one. All these I put a little too far up. That was a little too big for there. Nope. Yep. These smaller rocks still stay. You can go there. There. That'll work. And sometimes you have to fill in behind also, just so you have a level working space, but not with that rock. Go there. That looks good. Ow. Unfortunately, my hands are slippery, which makes grabbing rocks out of the pile difficult. Need a rock for there. Like this one. And a rock behind. Still low. There we go. That looks good. I don't like that one there. Let's put you there. Filler. Alright, I dug out another shelf here. Most of what I dug out here was gravel, essentially, which I've stockpiled right there, and I can sift through that. I mean, I have another bucket there with holes drilled in the bottom. I can sift through and get the gravel out and leave all the fines behind, and I can use that to fill in behind the weir that I'm going to build there. So that's convenient, but for right now I'm just going to finish building this rock wall around. Another reason to have it here is to retain all of that, so my weir that I'm going to build there doesn't, fall and fail. That would suck. And we'll move it further back. Give it enough room there. There we go. Alright, it appears that I have to collect rocks. Whew, and it's 20 degrees warmer out here. Knock over my camera. Just like that. Oh, that's good for it. I'm just going to set it over here and let it kind of dry out. Maybe I won't use that. I'll vacuum it off when I get back with a brush. So there's our flow that's remaining. I'm as done as I'm gonna get. I found this lock here. Presumably that would have been covering this whole area and attached with pipes and sheet metal to prevent access to this. I'm probably gonna build like a little rock circle around the bucket also, because a lot of just junk keeps going in along there. I hope that my rock wall here will prevent a lot of the silt from coming in and building up around it. We'll see. My next video, I think, is going to be making the little collection weir part of this spring. I guess this is also a good video for spring development in general. And that's going to come as a part of a plastic barrel with a pipe coming out along here. Let me back up so you get some perspective. So it comes out along there. I'm going to have to move some of these rocks. And somewhere around there I'm going to put a barrel, a 55-gallon barrel. And that's going to be kind of a filtration settling barrel. And I'm also going to want to try to put a wireless level sensor on it, so I know if I'm drawing too much or too little water. It's going to have overflow, it's going to have a drain, it's going to have another port that my neighbor can get water out of it as needed somehow. I haven't done anything down by my house yet because we're on our third tree guy that we're trying to have come out and take trees down. Like the two previous ones, they come and then they give a quote and they never come back. Like 6 weeks we waited for each one. I mean, I called them multiple times too, and they acknowledged, oh, you're on the list, but hopefully this next guy that gave me a 2 to 3 week list is more accurate. Or I mean a 2 to 3 week wait. A few other things of note. I have to be careful working under this overhang here because it could shift. So I don't want to get my head and everything way up in there. Maybe just an arm, and I have my phone here on me, so if I ever get trapped I can call for rescue. There's no real good way, like a proper spring you would have like maybe a fence around it. I suppose that could be done, but again, this isn't my property and that's not really the goal of it, to have potable water. But a fence to keep out any wildlife would also be a good idea. You know, you don't want a coon or a possum or skunk dying just up on the top of the hillside there, and all that water is contaminated, is going to leach through into this. So even if we did make this like sort of a potable system, it would have to be filtered too. And that's it for this video. If you didn't like it, you know what to do. If you did like it, then hit that like button and comment and subscribe. I also accept contributions through Patreon and PayPal, links in the description. And I hope you wait patiently for the next video. As for my camera, I hope it's okay. It was off when it fell in. It still turns on, so I suppose that's pretty good. I should be able to clean up the rest of that without too much fuss. I can't say that that dirt wasn't there before, but it all works. All the buttons work. Everything's fine on it. It's probably cleaner than when it fell in the mud. The only problem is the on switch here. Is a little bit gritty. So I'm going to try maybe using a Q-tip and getting a little bit more of that out of there. But it's still fine.